Hare Krishna. The 16th chapter is titled The Divine and Demoniac Natures. Krishna says there are two kinds of people who live in this world. One category are those who are divine, and the other category are those who are demoniac. Now, everybody would like to believe that they are in the first category, but Krishna has given us qualifying characteristics. If we have these qualities, then we are considered divine. If we have the qualities that characterize the demoniac, then we are considered demoniac. By divine and demoniac, we don't really imply something that's in the popular imagination. That if somebody is divine, he has some halo around him or her. Or if somebody is demoniac, he probably has some horns or something. No, we are talking of characteristics. So let's take a quick look at the kind of characteristics that constitute divine nature. 26 qualities of the divine nature and 6 qualities of the demoniac nature. Those 6 demoniac qualities are enough. Here it needs 26 divine qualities. But the demoniac, just 6 are so powerful that it's enough to ruin the world. So, for the divine qualities, fearlessness, purification of one's existence, cultivation of spiritual knowledge, charity, self-control, performance of sacrifice, study of the Vedas, austerity, simplicity, non-violence, truthfulness, freedom from anger, renunciation, tranquility, aversion to fault-finding, compassion for all living entities, freedom from covetousness, gentleness, modesty, steady determination, vigor, forgiveness, fortitude, cleanliness, and freedom from envy and from the passion for honor. These transcendental qualities, O Arjuna, belong to godly men endowed with divine nature. Godly men, godly women. So 26 divine qualities. So let's think about it. Where do I stand? We should question. Do I have this? Yes, this is what we aspire to be. We want to be like this. We want to be of the divine nature. And Krishna says to Arjuna, don't worry Arjuna, you're of the divine nature. Because Arjuna may have been getting anxious, especially after he heard of the demoniac qualities. So Krishna assures him, no, you have the divine nature. But still we should know what the demoniac nature is. What are the 6 qualities that characterize the demoniac nature? Of course, you have various combinations of all these. Pride, arrogance, conceit, all 3 of them very similar, you see. There's subtle differences, we won't go into all this. Technical differences between pride and arrogance and conceit. Anger, harshness, and ignorance. These qualities belong to those of demoniac nature. And then Krishna goes on further about the characteristics of one who is demoniac. Essentially, these people are godless. They don't believe in God. Of course, there are some people who may believe in God, but still be, by their activities, be demoniac. That's also possible. But there are also some who say, well, there is no God in control. It's all just lust. It's all just blind atoms and molecules. And that's everything. Everything is happening by chance. So that is the demoniac psychology. And therefore they are prone to performing what Krishna calls ugra karma, works meant for the destruction of the world. Today we see so many kinds of crises in the world, environmental crisis and various other types of tragedies. Why are they happening? Because of this ugra karma. unwanted, unbeneficial, horrible activities carried out due to the demoniac nature. So when we have all these crises in the globe, and we try to solve them at a certain physical and superficial level, it's all right, but it's not going to really help unless that basic exploitative and demoniac nature is addressed. So then we have to see how the society can cultivate the divine qualities more. It is explained that in the 4 ages, Satya Yuga, Treta Yuga, Dwapar Yuga and Kali Yuga, in the first age, Satya Yuga, the age of virtue, people with divine and demoniac qualities lived in completely different planets. Then when it came to the Treta Yuga, they lived on the same planet but in different countries, like Ram and Ravana. And then when it came to Dwapar Yuga, they lived in the same country, kingdom, but in different cities, like the Pandavas and the Kauravas. And when it comes to Kali Yuga, where do they reside? In our heart, in the same person's heart. So you have the divine within you that beckons you sometime to come to the temple. And then you have the demoniac sometimes who say, why go there? It's such a bother. I can just watch telly. Or I can do something else, maybe watch a football match or something. So we have everything. We have the tug of war that goes on inside. We have the divine and we have the demoniac struggling and competing with each other. And how do we know which emerges victorious? Just see the way we act. Depending on the action, we know which of the two has emerged stronger in the tussle for today. So when we take shelter of Krishna consciousness and regularly associate with devotees, what we are doing is to make the divine person within us stronger and more powerful. We are weakening and starving the demoniac within us. The more we associate with people of that demoniac nature, we are strengthening the demoniac nature within us. So it's a principle of association, of company, the kind of company we keep. So here's another major lesson for us. You are what you associate with. So if we associate more and more with people of a divine nature, who have divine aspirations, then that aspect of our heart and our consciousness will become suitably strengthened. So the principle of association with divine people and simultaneously minimizing as much as we possibly can in this world with all the practical constraints that we have, the association of demoniac people is helpful. Of course, in the world we don't want to go around saying, well, you're demoniac, you're divine. We shouldn't make that mistake either. Because we shouldn't get proud thinking, look, I'm chanting Hare Krishna, so I am better than them. Look, they're drinking alcohol, they're demoniac, and we are the chosen people. No, that's not it. We feel for everybody. We shouldn't feel proud that we're practicing spiritual life. And at the same time, we feel compassion for everybody. We know that they also have an equal right to come to Krishna's lotus feet and experience the bliss of Krishna consciousness. So we say this with an understanding for analyzing the world truthfully, but in our actions, we act on a platform of compassion and kindness and love towards everyone. Hare Krishna.